right, more breaking updates now coming in. The Congress party has announced a massive statewide protest against the governor, accusing the governor of creating a constitutional deadlock and undermining the democratic mandate of the people. The party says that his actions are undemocratic and aimed at obstructing the functioning of the elected state government. Congress leaders have declared that demonstrations will be held across all districts of Tamil Nadu, asserting that democracy and federal values must prevail. Niyamika, so the Congress party has not just attacked the governor but is also going to be taking to the streets, it looks like. What are the details of the protest? The Congress party protesting against the governor today.
Well, the Tamil Nadu Congress in charge, Mr. Girish Chorankar, has yesterday made a tweet in which he has made this announcement that the Congress party is going to hold the district-wise protest in the state of Tamil Nadu. All the DCC presidents have been asked to raise their voice because they are stating that the governor is not letting the TVK to form the government in the state, and that is unconstitutional. The question which they are raising right now is that this is an attack upon the constitution, as this is basically undermining the people's mandate which they have given for the state of Tamil Nadu, because they are clearly giving this kind of a message to the governor that it is his responsibility to call upon the single largest party there, which is TVK, as it has got 108 number in their favor. And that is what they are stating, that firstly there can be a swearing in ceremony for the chief ministerial post, and later on when the assembly is going to be formed, then only a floor test can take place. If anyone is going to question that, they are basically stating that this has never happened in the past as well, that the governor himself is asking any political party to prove the majority numbers, as they are stating that a floor test can only taken place in the assembly and not in Raj Bhavan. So clearly the way in which these attacks have been made by the Congress party and even the other political parties like left as well, that clearly shows that they are not really satisfied with the way in which this entire war of words have started, because the governor has twice met the TVK chief Vijay, and in fact both of the times he has asked Vijay to prove that how many numbers are in favor of TVK. As of now, if we talk about the numbers in particular, then there is 108 elected MLAs of the TVK and 5 for the Congress party, as they have already given their support. But still, it is CPI, CPM, VCK who are yet to take their decision upon this entire matter. But even all these parties are also saying that firstly, the swearing in ceremony of the chief minister can take place, but the way in which governor is questioning that is, anti-democratic, and it is unconstitutional on his part.
Okay, and we have seen such precedents in the past as well, where the oath-taking ceremony has taken place, and then in the floor of the house is where the chief minister has had to prove his majority. But this is a very unprecedented situation in Tamil Nadu, because Tamil Nadu has always seen majority governments. This is for the first time in the recent past that we are seeing a hung assembly in Tamil Nadu. It has not happened in the recent times. What's it going to be? Numbers play a very crucial role in democracy. But let's also talk about the precedents. In neighboring Karnataka as well, we've seen multiple times on occasions where it has been a hung assembly and the chief minister has been short of the numbers. What are these precedents? Amita, if we can look at how previously as well we've seen incidents, Karnataka, Maharashtra, where in a hung assembly or in the parties which didn't have enough numbers, what actually happened?
Absolutely, because there are past examples and can past examples can have any say as far as the TVK condition is, because yes, it is the single largest party, but it does not have the required numbers. So let's talk about what have been examples in the past. If we talk about in the state, as Pratibha was mentioning, Karnataka, back in 2018, when the single largest party, sans majority, was invited, there were 9 MLA short of the majority mark. However, when it comes to the proving of the majority is concerned, that happens on the floor of the house, that is in the assembly. And then let's talk about when it comes to where B.S. Yedurappa was invited to form the government, and this now became a precedent in the past. And the Congress JDS meanwhile had approached the Supreme Court, and the Supreme Court ordered a floor test. B.S. Yedurappa did not have the required numbers, and it was the Congress and the JDS that went ahead to form the government. Then there is another example, another recent one of what happened in Maharashtra. BJP, which emerged as the single largest party, as Devendra Fadnavis was taking oath with Ajit Pawar and Raj Bhavan, and he resigned before the floor test. If you remember early morning pictures that came in of both of them taking oath. Then later what happened? It was the MVA, the Mahavikas Aghadi, that formed the government. So there have been past precedents, and this is something which the Congress is now citing, saying that they will otherwise protest in front of the governor's house or the Lok Bhavan till the time that they do not invite, or he does not invite the TVK, being the single largest party, to form the government or prove the majority not in the Lok Bhavan but on the floor of the assembly. And then there are reverse examples as well, where the single largest party was bypassed altogether. That has happened in Goa and that has happened in Manipur back in 2017. We are also looking at another example that happened back in 2018 in Meghalaya. So what has now been said, according to those examples, that the governors instead invited post-poll coalitions that produce letters of support and claim majority backing. So that is why it is being said that timing is something which is absolutely crucial, because back in 2017 Goa elections, Congress, that was the biggest party. However, the governor invited BJP with the support letters, and later Parrikar, who had formed the government back then. Then 2017, governor invited the BJP with the support letters. The Congress was the single largest party there, but the governor invited the BJP. Later, the BJP formed the government. 2018 Meghalaya example, the Congress emerged as the single largest party. Governor invited the NPP with the support letters. Later, the NPP and the BJP, what we are now looking at, formed the government in the state. So that seems to be when we talk about as far as the updates that has been coming in. And, when it comes to this entire calculations, well, this seems to be the very talking point that we are looking at, back-to-back huddles and meetings that are also expected to take place today in Tamil Nadu. In the meantime,